Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I mean, at the end of the day, we're not just trying to solve something now and then. We're trying to, change people's lives. And, there's been a lot of good work that's been done over the past 10, 20 years to take a lot of people out of poverty.
Indeed.
A lot of people still think that nowadays, if you were to ask them how many people earn X amount of dollars a day or how many girls are being educated, the vast consensus is that the world is still a very bad place because maybe we're in the West here, we're in a bubble or whatnot. But going back to your point about, the imagery that we see out here and the misconceptions about how bad the world actually is and how much we've, actually improved it through the things you're doing at nonprofits and whatnot. Could you speak a little bit about how much better the world is than, we actually might think at first? Because you said you went to Ethiopia and you saw there was actually in some ways better than you anticipated before you went there. So are there any numbers or statistics or anything that, gives you hope in the morning and actually lets you go to work?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the history of aid, I think, has been one where a lot of people have got very despondent, myself certainly too, and a lot of people just sort of throw up their hands and go, we can't make an impact. And I think that pessimism leads to bad decision making, because if you assume nothing can be done, you try nothing. So, I think you raised the number of girls in education. I think the number is 90%. But the book that you absolutely, if this is a topic of any interest to you, the book you must read, I'm trying to remember the title, it's Hans Rosling's book.
Factfulness?
Factfulness. Oh,
yeah.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Just a spectacular book. And if you don't have time for his book, some of the YouTube videos that he does are just, some of the most enjoyable statistics you've ever watched, which, is a sentence that doesn't really, grok, but somehow does. So he's fantastic. The story that we all know the climate's going to shit. We know that we've got a huge crisis on our hands. And I think there is, given how big the problem is, the human tendency is to go all ostrich about it and stick our heads in the sand. And assume that all the animals, every animal that isn't an urban fox is going, or pigeon is going to be wiped out. But I'm going to get it wrong, but I think it was a southern white rhino. It was hunted to near extinction, down to 200 animals alive on the planet, and they, small breeding herds were kept preserved. And there's, over the last, I think 30, 40 years, we're now at 20,000.
Wow.
Southern white rhinos.
That's incredible.
So the ability of conservation efforts to protect and return species, is proven. We've done it. With the mountain gorillas that famously Dian Fossey worked to study and protect are now, their numbers are on the rise. I think they're up to 1,000 from 600 individuals previously. So we can, with concerted effort, turn the tide, and we should try.